Hi everyone, it's Jeff here from Avada. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're looking at how to use conditional logic in Avada Forms. By the end of this video, you'll understand how to use conditional logic in your forms, allowing you to hide or display form fields based on the value of another field. If you find this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe, and click the bell icon to stay up to date with all new Avada videos. Alright, let's jump in. Conditional logic can be used to create forms that change based on a user's input. You can configure content to display or not based on a user's response to other fields. This allows you to tailor your forms to your user's specific needs. I have imported the photography Prebuilt website for this video, and I have created a contact form in Avada Forms, which I have open here. As you can see, it's quite a long form, and it's precisely this situation where the advantages of conditional logic can be seen. With conditional logic, these forms can be shorter and more specific by personalizing them to the user's choices, and this can lead to more submissions. Let's see how this works in Avada Forms. As mentioned, the basic idea of conditional logic with Avada Forms is that you add conditional logic to an element to get the content to display or not based on the value of a specific form field. You can apply conditional logic to individual form field elements, the holding container, and as of Avada 7.15.3, also columns. Even some commonly used design elements such as the title element can be conditionally rendered in a form. In my example of a photographer's booking form, I have some normal form fields at the top as you would expect. Then I have added the select field element, which asks the user to select the type of photography service they require. And so thanks to conditional logic, depending on the choice the user makes with this field, a range of new fields appear below it. These columns will only display on the form when their conditions are met. For this example, it was easiest to add the conditional logic to the holding columns, and that means all the elements within the column will render or not as well. But of course you can apply conditional logic to individual field elements instead, or even a whole container, depending on your form and layout. So let's start with the first column. I'll just edit it and head to the Extras tab, as that's where we find conditional logic, as well as the standard conditional rendering for the column. The difference, of course, is, as the description notes, is that conditional logic is to be used when the element is used within a form. So here we can see the Add New Logic button. Clicking this opens a conditional statement where we choose the logic to control the element. To start, I need to choose the field from which I will be getting my value. In this case, it's the photography services required field. Next, I need to choose my relational operator. As you can see, there are 6 of them. There are equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than, contains, and does not contain. This enables all sorts of complex conditions, but for our example, I want to choose equal to, so that when the field I choose has the value I am about to input, this field will display. Okay, so now I need to add the value. In this case, I will start with the first option value in our select element, which is Family Portraits on Location. Okay, so I'll paste that in here and our logic is complete. This column and its fields will now display when the user selects Family Portraits as the type of photography required. I've already added the same logic to the next 3 columns as well, which together creates a group of 4 columns that will display individually when the selected value is chosen in the select field element. At the bottom of the form is another column which has a few more standard fields and the Submit button. This has no conditional logic, so it always displays. But the Submit button is another element you can apply conditional logic to. Okay, I'll just save this form. And now let's move to the Hire Me page, which I will edit to add my new form. Okay, here's the form. I've made this column full width so the form has a bit more room, and so now I will edit the existing Avada form element and select my new form to be displayed. Okay, so here's my form, and as we can see, none of the conditional elements are displaying on the page. I'll just save my changes here. So now let's go to the front end so we can see the form in action. And if we go straight to the Photography Services Required field, I'll select the first option from the drop-down list. And as we can see, the conditional column whose logic matches the selection now instantly appears on the form. Now anything I have placed inside this conditional column will also display, including the title element here, but you can also apply the same conditional logic directly to the title element if you are applying your logic to individual fields instead of columns or containers. We can also use conditional logic on individual fields, either within the columns that already have conditional logic applied, or just in normal columns. As two examples, if I select fashion shoot on location as the type of photography required, the fashion shoot set of conditional fields displays. And if I choose that I do require a makeup artist, a new field appears, asking about the type of makeup required. Also, if we come further down, just above the Submit button, there is the How did you hear about us section, which is just in a normal column. If I select Other, again a new field appears asking where that was. These two fields have their own conditional logic applied to them to display if a particular choice is made in the field above them. Okay, this of course is just one simple example of how you can use conditional logic to customize your Avada Forms. Depending on your form, its layout, and the information you're trying to capture, there are many possibilities to use conditional logic to display precisely the fields you want, all based on user input. One final note, if you have multiple fields of the same type, such as the date and time fields I have here, make sure they all have unique field names. This is a no-brainer at any time in a form, but particularly if conditional logic is applied to them directly. And that's it for this video. If you found it helpful, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more Avada tutorials and deep dives. And if you have any questions or need help, feel free to create a support ticket. Our team is always ready to help. As always, thank you for choosing Avada.